What's up, everybody? What's going on, y'all? I'm actually going to transition off of Instagram over to the YouTube, but we are live, okay? We are live on Facebook, and we should be live on YouTube, all right? So let me go see what's going on. Let's go see what's going on. Let's go see what's going on. Hey, everybody. What's up, everyone? Let me put this up here. Banners. Love Samantha Lee. Cool. Okay. Perfect. Amazing. What's up, everyone? Hey, everybody. Oh, y'all are so great. Y'all are so amazing. Game Changer Nation, what's up? Game Changer Nation, what's up? All right, you guys, those who are on my Instagram, go ahead and come on over to YouTube because that's where I'm at. And we're going to have a show. Let me say hi to Lanaya Tribal. I see John in the chat. I see, what else do I see? I see Pam. Thank you, ma'am. I see Chosen One is in the chat. I see Raven. Okay, I see a lot of people. Trey Sean, what's up? All right, you guys, we're going to YouTube. I'm about to jump off of here. I love y'all. Going live, YouTube. Watch me there. We live, baby. We live. All right, let's get into it. Okay. All right, family. So back to I want to just say hi to everybody. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. We are going to have some fun. Let me sit on a pillow. I always do that because you don't get to see the whole. Let me actually, hold on one second. My bad, family. So we're going to go ahead and do this right. Do it right. What's up? So first off, I want to thank everybody that, supports the channel, comes onto the channel. Thank you guys for tuning in today. I'm going to put this down a little bit, pin it down. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. We are going to have some fun. Y'all see my hair is up because my trainer decided he was going to basically kill me today. Like he went in. So you're going to blame Tony for my hair being up. All right. But we still going to have a fun time. We're going to have fun tonight. It's great to see everybody. Let me say what's up to everybody in the chat. Lanai, like I said, Lanaya's in the chat. Jason's in the chat. Tribal's in the chat. Trey Sean's in the chat. Kim's in the chat. What's up? What's up, Travis? What's up, everybody? Antoine already starting off the giving. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much. Like, can I be honest with y'all? Earlier today, it was tough. Like I didn't have the energy. I didn't have the, like some of y'all, even when I went live on Instagram, I was like, I'm tired. I'm spent. I don't have it. And, I got a lot of support. I got a lot of love. It's been an interesting, I'm not going to lie to y'all. It's been an interesting time, but the fact that you guys, like y'all support me the way that y'all do, y'all show up for me the way that y'all do, like I appreciate that more than you could ever know. Like it means more to me than you could ever know. So thank you guys for your love. Thank you guys for your support. Thank you guys for the super chats. Thank you guys for the cash apps. Thank you guys. You don't understand how much that helps me. Like it's a lot of work to do this. It's a lot of work to get on here all the time. And you may not feel like you're on, but you still do it. And this is something that I love. This is something that I hope that I can do full time. Like I want, like in a year's time, I want to do this full time. I want this to be my full, like being a content creator, doing what I do here. I really want to do this full time, but it has to financially make sense. And so I want to thank you guys for everybody that supports me, that hits me with the cash apps, that hits me with the super chats. I really do appreciate that. I would be remiss in not thanking y'all for all your support and your love. Like last week, y'all did yourself, and it just means a lot to me. So I just want to thank y'all. Like from the bottom of my heart. I could cry. I want to thank y'all from the bottom of my heart. From the bottom of my heart. Thank you guys. So thank you guys for rocking with me. We're growing. I'm believing God for greater. I'm just going to continue to show up. I'm going to keep on swinging and trust God with the rest of it. So that's that. I see Antoine's in chat. Sam, thank you so much for that wonderful podcast last week. That Letting Go series meant so much to hear from you. So thank you and love you, Sam. Thank you so much. Thank y'all so much. Because last week, and y'all, if you thought last week was crazy, this week I am revealing something about myself that I have never shared. This week's podcast is going to be crazy because I am telling y'all something I haven't told anybody. So y'all have to go ahead and tune into that. But thank you guys. For anybody that's new here, this is the Love Smith. I'm Love Samantha Lee. I'm Samantha Lee. People that know me, family, call me Sam. And this is Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard or 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We get together and we have conversations. We have conversations about love, life, spirituality. I try to incorporate all aspects of myself into the content that I create. So this is what we do. Thank you, Hustle 713. Thank you so much. This is just one of those things. So I try to incorporate all of it. Last week we talked about myths when it came to women. Just certain things that we did, some myth busters. This week I saw a topic about dating myths. And I think that that's going to be a very interesting topic because I saw some dating myths. I don't really know if those were like crazy. Like I didn't really see anything that was wild to me that made me want to do something different. But I'm going to see it. Let me see. Let me see. Dating myths. We're gonna look at some dating myths. Because I saw some, I'm like, So I want to start. This is one thing I have to start with when it comes to dating, and one of the myths that I've come across personally as we kind of go through it. I think as it relates to men, this is one thing I want y'all to know. This is what I want y'all to know. When we are talking about dealing with women, the number one myth that I want you guys to understand is that sometimes I think red pill space makes a very big precedence on money, 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 money. And I'm not saying money ain't important because money is important. Here's what I will say. There's an aspect of dating that there's a vibe that's got to be there as well. Right. I think a lot of guys try to lead with, even with me, lead with that. And I'm not particularly the one that's going to be super attracted to that. There are women that are, but anything you lead with, men, this is what I have to understand. Anything you lead with, yes, in the real red pill space, it's like make money, brag about it. Make money, brag about it. If you lead with financials, be prepared to be used for financials. That is the name of the game. I think it is something that if you like, there's men that I communicate with that I might know just loosely through social media. There might be people that I'm like, if you guys that really got it don't have to spend money like that. Guys that there's guys that I know that are in athletics. There's guys that I know that are in business. There's guys that I know that are actors and singers. They don't have to spend it. They are not spending money. Like they may spend money on certain women, whatever, but they are not having to pay for a woman, right? Women are flocking to them, doing whatever they want to do just for the opportunity to be with them, right? And that has its own challenges, but they are not paying. Women are not saying to them, "Oh, take me to blah 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 blah." Like I could think of it. I'm trying to think of somebody. I'm just trying to let's just y'all give me somebody. I'm just trying to think of somebody that's single and as a celebrity. I can't think so. Let's just think of somebody like an NBA entertainer, whatever that may be, whatever women put. They don't have to. They're not paying for women, for normal women to do anything. They're not. They don't have to. Okay, so when I see men leading with that, that shows me you ain't got it. Because men that got it ain't doing that. Men that got it is out here like, what's up? Either you on the team or you not. Either you're riding or you're not. Okay, we could do a Chris Brown. Chris Brown clearly has the financials. Okay, Chris Brown clearly has the status and the influence. Chris Brown is not paying any, women are actually paying him to take a picture. Okay, so when guys come in and they finally make it and all this red pill rhetoric, like, oh, I got it, so blah, blah, blah. No, when you got it, you ain't got to use it. Don't lead with that. If you got the financials, I'm going to tell you this right now. If a woman asking you, oh, let me get my hair done, oh, do, all this other stuff they do, the little things, so like send me a cash app, I'm getting my nails done, are you going to help me pay for it, blah, 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 blah. Like, those are signs that you have to pay attention to, men. Because I guarantee you, if it was a guy that was there, and of course, this is Chris Brown, so we talking about, you know, some people's crushes, okay? They childhood crush. They will not even think to ask for none of that. Not up front, at least. They if he want to take them to Waffle House, they're not tripping. So when women do that, to me, that is an indication. That is an indication to me that either they're not that interested or they're way too materialistic. One of the two. Because where you go to eat to start a date, where you go to do certain things, don't really matter when it comes to the game of love and really trying to connect with you. To me, she don't like you like that. She don't like you like that. She don't. Because if she did like you, it wouldn't matter where you took her. If she did like you, it wouldn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. So to me, family, I think that when we get into understanding certain things, please be careful what you lead with. Some of y'all be posting and you're trying to present a certain way, and I get that. I understand why you present a certain way because it's attractive. But when women think you got money like that, you have to be aware and you have to listen to the conversation. Don't get so caught up because she's attractive. She may be your type. Don't get so caught up that you're not still thinking. You're not still being analytical. You're not still using the top head right here, this head. Not that one, this one. Stay here, family. Stay focused. Okay? Because sometimes men will, and I've seen it. I've experienced it. Men will lead with that. I've had people, now that my email's out, I've had people tell me I'm rich, I make this amount of money, go as far as to tell me how much they making, screenshots of what they got going on. I just want a woman to take care of. No. No. That's not attractive to me. For me, y'all, listen, I'm gonna be honest, maybe I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna speak it for me. You gotta make my body work. I can't money don't make my body work. I gotta be attracted to you. That's just my rule. That's my personal rule. You gotta make me excited. Now, there are women that money does it for them, and that's fine. But for me, it doesn't. I need you to excite me. I need to feel a tingle. I need to feel a butterfly. I need to feel something. So that's a myth. That's a myth. If money is everything, then you're looking for a transactional woman. If you are saying that women out here are only this, that, and the third, then the women you are looking for are transactional and you need to go into a different pond. I'm gonna keep it real with you, because y'all, I know women that that may be somebody that is taking care of the man that they're with. They are the breadwinner. They are the ones that are out here. As soon as he get home, they wiping his feet and they calling him daddy. There's women out here that are doing that, but men are so fixated on the women that they know won't do that, that they're not paying attention to the women that will do that. Because y'all know. I'm telling you guys because I know. Men know who to do what with. Y'all are discerning. Y'all are smart. Y'all can look at women and you could say, she ain't going for that. Like, I don't want the complication. I don't want the relationship. I don't want this. I don't want that. Y'all can look at a woman and hear her speak and know she ain't gonna go for that. Right? Y'all know. Y'all can look at women and can tell. Right? Y'all can. I think I must give off that energy. I don't know why. I don't know what I say or what I do, but I must give off, you can't play with me energy. Or like, don't mess with her unless you're serious energy. I don't know. Y'all can tell me. I'm open to hear what kind of energy I put off, but most men come at me and it's and I'm grateful for it. I thank God for it, but it's more on a more serious level. They're not coming at me crazy saying little things. They coming at me like, yeah, they have a mask on, but Lanai, even if it is a mask, they know not to come at me another way. Even if they're accustomed to coming at women a certain way, they know not to come at me another way. And so for that, I'm grateful. So I'm just saying, to me, that's just what I'm seeing. Oh, Darren, y'all, somebody send me a Cash App. Let's do a Cash App dance. Hey. Now, like, I'm just saying, Sam, you different. How am I different, Cruz? Let's talk about it. But here's the thing. Here's where I would say, when we're dealing with women, just like you guys are saying certain things, there are women that are about certain things, and there are women that are not. I think we have to do a better job of being discerning about what pool we are trying to swim in. Because a lot of times, y'all, and I've been dealing with this in my own life, there's a thing called limerence, which, y'all, I've learned that I have a little bit of limerence on me. Limerence is for those with anxiety, with insecure attachment styles, which is me. I have an insecure attachment style, and I have a thing called, I do a thing called limerence, which means I can fall in love with an idea. I can fall in love with a fantasy. And it's not really falling in love. I fall in like with a fantasy. Okay, so for Nate saying, which means, for example, if I saw somebody's page or I talked to somebody one time, I can create an idea of who they are, and I really like the idea. Not so much the reality, not so much the human. I am really into I get really involved with this ideal version of this person in my mind, and I have this relationship with the ideal version in my mind. Okay, and so what happens is, because I can be a little bit avoidant, I'm not gonna lie, I can be a little avoidant. Patrick is right. That's most women. Very true. Very true. I'm just being honest, y'all. It is what it is. Most women have infatuation. That's what they do. Most women get infatuated with a guy. They don't really see all the red flags. They're downplaying the red flags. They're seeing him for exactly what they want him to see. They're not thinking about all the other things that he's coming with. And then they get deeper into the relationship, and then they realize that there's some things that aren't there that need to be there. Right? So they end up infatuating, putting men on a pedestal, and just whatever. But when you put somebody on a pedestal, you're not having a real relationship with them, because now you're just doing whatever it takes to get them. if you take somebody off the pedestal and you start talking to them for who they are, you're having a real dialogue with them. You're having a real relationship with them. A lot of us, when we get into when going back to our point, a lot of you guys are really looking at an image of a woman. When you're looking at an image of a woman, you're some guys, not all guys, some guys are looking at this woman, idealizing her, right? And not paying attention to some of the things that you need to pay attention to. They get so caught up in an image and they're like, I want this image to do what I want. I want this image to be a traditional woman. I want this image to be the woman who's gonna cook and clean and wipe my feet when I get home and wake up in the middle of the night and get a sandwich and this, that, and a third. That is not always realistic. There are a lot of more women that may not be the IG model looking female, but there's lots of women that will be the woman and meet you right where you're at. But we're overlooking those women just like women are overlooking good men, right? We can have the same argument where women are just idealizing certain guys and doing certain things. We're just idealizing these men and not even taking into account the bad that goes with them. Because they want these guys may not be faithful. These guys may not be respectful. These guys may not be team players. These guys will probably not be consistent, not at first. These guys will probably have a roster. It will be hard for this guy to settle down. Like we're idealizing, oh, it would be so great to be with this person, not taking into account all that is with it, right? So that's what women are doing. Women are taking, oh, I want this guy, this guy, this guy, but they're not thinking like, okay, but what about the cost? What about the backside? Y'all, I had a conversation which brings me into myth number 2. Y'all, I got to get my nails done. Forgive me, y'all. Tomorrow, your girl got to get her nails done. It is an emergency. It is an emergency. Let me go ahead and say hi. People, Hustle said, got the 3, hit the super sticker. So thank you, Hustle. Rodney Baylor said, thank you. Thank you guys so much. And then we also have to say that Darren also sent in something with the Cash App. So thank you. Thank you guys so much for supporting the show. It means very, very much. So, anyway, so back to what we were saying, right? When we are dealing, when I coach a young man. This young man plays a sport. This young man was talking to me about a woman who was in her 30s. Ladies, listen up. A woman in her 30s, right? And she was talking to me about this, or he was talking about this woman in her 30s. He's a single athlete. He is a single athlete, a single young male athlete. This woman is in her 30s. He's in his 20s. All right. And she over here might have met him a couple times. Woman in her 30s, corruption. Woman in her 30s. And this just set me off. Set me over the edge. Set me over the edge. Woman in her 30s dealing with a young man in his 20s who plays a sport professionally. And she is mad at him saying, oh, it hurt me that you out here and you talking to other women. What did you expect, beloved? That is part of the problem, family. That is part of the problem. A lot of women, we be living in Delulu land. When you deal with a guy, this is the main issue. I want a man who does this and he does that and he makes this amount of money and he does this and he does that and he does it and he does this and he does it and he does that and he does this and he does that and he does this and he does that. I want a man who has this and he has that. Okay, that's cool. That's all good. That's great. But do you know what comes with that? And I want to bet that you can't handle what comes with that, because a lot of women can't. You would be better off dealing with the man that you have access to. That doesn't mean that every man can cheat, because just like every woman, y'all, the numbers between men and women and cheating are basically the same right now. So we're not going to do all men cheat, because women cheating on the same level as men at this point. So we got to take that off. We got to take that off. Women cheating just as much. So all this rhetoric about all men cheat, do we want to say all women cheat too? Because the numbers are about the same, beloved. Anyway, that's besides the point. We don't want to talk, they don't want us to talk about that tonight, do they? They don't want us to do that. They don't want us to do that, but let me just out. Anyway, back to what I was saying. When we're dealing with certain men, we all have to understand, not everybody is built. Just like certain men are not built for certain women. There are certain women that are not built for certain men. And so in this circumstances, I was dealing with this young man who is a great just great, just solid dude, okay? Young, doing what he got to do. If you are in your 30s, just keeping it real. We cannot be living under the delusion. The women that be talking to him are like, oh, are you going to stop talking to all the women for me? Did you think that when you dealt with a professional athlete, or did you think that when you dealt with an entertainer, or did you think that when you were dealing with any man that has any type of influence that might be verified on any social media platform on a small scale, you think they only talking to you? That is a rookie mistake. All of it, I would dare to say most people are talking to somebody. There's somebody talking to. All right. But if you are trying to get the attention of a man that you know plays a sport, the attention of a man that you know plays a sport and is in his 20s, forget it. He could be playing a sport. He could be in his 30s too. Entertaining, whatever he got a platform. He has access to a lot of women. If you think that they are only talking to you, you're delusional. And that's on period, point blank. They may like you more. They might be more interested in you. They might be in the back of their mind like, oh, you know what? If I ever, she saw, I might go with that one. That one right there. I like her, man. I like her. But I ain't ready to cash in all my chips at the casino. I'm not ready yet. But one day I may be ready. And when I'm ready, she gonna get it. They think that way. But if you have, just think about it, family. If you have access to so many different options, different flavors of ice cream every day. And it's not even like flavors of ice cream that you had to go to the shop to go to. These flavors of ice cream are showing up in front of your house, showing up at the hotels you staying at, showing up at your shows, showing up it's not even like, would you like ice cream? They are throwing ice cream and actually trying to shove it into your mouth. These are the men that y'all are sitting here, y'all vying for. But you have to also understand the responsibility that comes with that. It's not an easy situation. It's not something that everybody can deal with. You have to have a certain level of understanding. You have to have a certain level of security. He's not going to be up under you. He's not going to have time for you. There are going to be times when you call him and he don't answer, and you're going to have to be okay. You also have to understand empire, okay? You want to know about empire? Look at Savannah James. We're talking about empire, baby. She don't give no issues. She protects the brand. She protects the brand. She puts the family first. She ain't never made this man look crazy ever. She understands the mission. Now she been dealing with the top of the top type of dude since high school. And she has said, listen, I'm going to protect the brand. Let me tell you something. Some of y'all, some women want that type of situation, but you might never walked in those Savannah James shoes. You don't know what Savannah James has had to put up with. She's understood, I got to protect the empire though. That this empire is bigger than me and him. This is my children I'm thinking about. This is lineage I'm thinking about. This is my family I'm thinking about. That's not a walk every woman can take. And as long as we can be honest with ourselves, that means that she might have had to deal with other chicks. That means she might have had to deal with outside things. She might have had to deal with the DMs and the this and the that. Y'all hold on, calm. Sam, calm. You know how hold on. Relax, Sam. You can't make your point when you're excited. Okay, I'm calm. I'm having women that are reaching out to this young man and they mad at him for liking a picture. Beloved, when you're dealing with somebody that's building an empire, when you're dealing with somebody that is building something, that has access to a lot of women, the least you can worry about is him liking a picture. That's the least you need to worry about. Because the reality is, whether you like it or not, in his head, he liked it. In his head, he liked it. We worried about the wrong things. We so petty. We worried about the wrong things. We tripping about whether he liking a picture, whether he following another profile or not. Ladies, if there's one thing that I can tell you right now, focus on your own race. You'll have a whole lot more peace. I don't care what the man or who the man is, what he does, focus on your own race. Now, if y'all are together and he out here and he acting up and he's doing things, that's different. But when you are just talking to him and you are just dating him, y'all are not in a relationship. You have no commitment. You have no right to worry about what he doing. Y'all don't have no understanding. Y'all haven't had that conversation. The things that I'm seeing, the levels of that I'm seeing is wild to me. This is why I tell women, don't enter into the cookie jar. Don't allow a man into the cookie jar. Because you guys think that you have more control over your emotions than you do. I am not under that delusion. I know what my emotions will do. I know what roller coaster my emotions will take me on. God created my emotions in my body to connect. I'm not going to ignore that. I am not going to deny that. I know that when I lay down with a man, that's my man, period. We together. Because I understand me. I'm not denying me. A lot of young women are denying who they actually are. Who we're built to be. We're not built to be out here in these streets. We're not built to be sleeping with these men. We're not built for that. We're not built to do this. But we do it anyway, and then you getting upset and asking questions later. That is not how or what or that's not wisdom. That is not wisdom. That is not knowledge. That is not wise. And now you done slept with a guy. Now you all caught up. Now you don't see clearly. Now you're all into this dude. And you expecting him to play by rules now? You already gave up the Cookie Monster. You already gave him the Gucci Gotcha. You already gave it to him. So what? So now we want to ask him to play by rules. Now we want to ask him who you talking to, what you did. No, this is why we don't do. This is why we cannot do this. That's why you have to understand, ladies. This is what you have to understand. I know the first myth was for men. This myth is for women. Some of us, hear me clear, listen to me. Some of us are saying we want things that we actually don't want. We think we want it, but we don't. Some women actually think they want that type of guy that's got all these options, that is just that because of the nature of his profession, because of the nature of what he's got going on, they want that type of guy. And because he's seen, he's visible, oh, I can just fantasize about the lifestyle. There is a cost. And a lot of y'all can't pay the price. And so when I see women idolizing the Aisha Currys of the world, or the Savannah Jameses of the world, or who those are only main two I know as far as wives that are, you see them, they're visible. They're protecting empires. I really want to use Savannah James more so because she's more like, she's there, she's present, but she's silent. She's silent and deadly. She's never going to make her family, at this point in time, she doesn't make her family look bad. She is going to uplift the name. And that means that she has had to put her emotions to the side at times. That means that she's had to put a lot of things to the side in order to carry out the mission. And a lot of women today, we are very selfish. That means she had to submit. And we don't like submission. We don't like talking about submission. But yet we want a position like a Savannah James. You have to be submissive. You have to understand that this is bigger than you. You have to understand that whatever he's dealing with, whatever he's doing, that means I have to submit to his mission. His mission is to do what he's doing, and look what he's done. And they look like they happy, but she's had to submit to the mission. And a lot of us, we can't even hear the word submission without having a canoops. So no, y'all can't handle what it takes to be in those positions. I think that if we just understood what lane we ride in, if we just was okay with the road that we have to travel, we would be more at peace. But women they want to go to this kind of guy, not understanding that you are created for a guy that works with who you are. That God, you're so busy wanting that to be like this. Just like there's men that want certain women to be like that. If we understood our lane, we would be better off. How do we understand our lane, Sam? What's approaching you? Who's DMing you? I'm not talking about one. I'm talking about most of the time. Who is within your reach? Who are you able to strike up a dialogue and it gets flirtatious? This what we have to be realistic. I think a lot of people, what they do is that because of social media, because we actually see what we're missing. We actually see what we're missing. And so now we can't really be with the people that God had created for us because we're looking at something that was not created for us. Good, bad, or indifferent was not created for us. That is why I think a lot of times, y'all, we have to understand our lane. Thank you, Orlando. Look, Orlando. Thank you, guys. Look, we don't have some cash ups and super chats tonight. Thank you, guys, for supporting the show. Y'all have no idea. Thank you, guys. It gives me the encouragement to keep on pushing. But that is my point, family. That is my point. We have to be more realistic about where we are, where we fall in the spectrum. That's even me. I had to even do it for myself. I had to, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm gonna be very open with y'all. I had a conversation with myself the other day, and I'm like, dang, I'm not really, as much as I would love a connection. I said this on my earlier live, as much as I would like a connection, I'm a little avoidant. I'm a little avoidant. What does that mean, Sam? What does avoidant mean? That means I'm not really, as much as I say I want a connection, am I really open to it? Am I really like trying to really connect? And the reality of it is that no, I'm not. Why, Sam? Why don't you want? Why? You know what I had to realize, you guys? A lot of it's fear, but it's also the understanding of the responsibility. I understand the responsibility of a relationship. I understand what that takes. I understand what that is. I understand what you have to consider. I understand what I have to give up. I understand those things. I've been in situations where, you dating somebody and it's like, okay, well, and I can honestly tell you guys that, part of, people every day, every day, every day, I get the question, why are you, whether I'm in the gym, whether I'm in the grocery store, whether I'm at the gas station, whether I'm online with you guys, whether I'm at my job, why are you single? Why? Do you want to stay single? You want to be single though? Do you really want that? You don't want to be single. Come here. But the reality of it is that I think that it just comes down to really just understanding the responsibility, and understanding that when I get into a relationship, I throw myself all in it. And I know that I don't like, I think about that and it like freaks me out because I like now, like I'm doing what I want to do. I'm saying what I want to say. I wear what I want to wear. I go where I want to go. I don't have to ask anybody. I'm not doing nothing crazy. But at the end of the day, it's like I also don't have the nobody like on me. No one's stopping me. I can do what, you know what I'm saying? Like, so in my mind, as much as I want the connection, as much as I desire the companionship, the beautiful parts of it, I also understand the responsibility of it. Because once I get into something, now I feel responsible. Now I want to please you. Now I want to do things like cook and clean and do all these other things that I don't have to do. I do that for myself. I do that for my daughter, but I don't have to do that for another person. I don't have to think about that. Yes, I do that for my family. Like my family came over today and I cooked and I had enough food for everybody to come and eat. My nephew ate, everything like that. Okay, cool. I don't have to do that all, like I don't have the responsibility of being responsible or caring for somebody or thinking about what do they need. And I'm that kind of person. I'm just that kind of partner. I'm going to wonder what you're thinking and I'm going to want to solve the problem. I'm going to want to be there. If you have a shift in your face, I'm going to want to fix it. Like I'm like, I don't have to do that right now. I don't have to be that super present partner that's going out of their mind to try to make somebody else happy. I don't have to do that right now. So I had to be honest with myself, family. I had to have a hard conversation with myself. I had to say, you know what, God, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. You revealed something to me in this time. You've shown me, and I didn't even realize it. And I think sometimes, family, we want things. And we say we want things, right? We're saying like, hey, I really want this. I really want that. I really want kids. I really want a dog. I really want to go to this new job. I really want this new position. I really want that man. I really want this. We say we want these things, but we are not counting the cost. In the Bible, it says, before somebody, it would be unwise for a man to build a building without counting the cost. And I think I'll be honest with y'all, whether I realized it or not, part of me was counting the cost. Part of me wasn't putting myself out there. A part of me wasn't investing. A part of me wasn't following up. A part of me wasn't responding. A part of me wasn't, because I knew deep down inside that a part of me wasn't available for that. And I had to do the work. I had to do the internal understanding of myself to say, Sam, God, why is this happening? Like, I connect with somebody and this, that, and the third. What happened? Like, why is this going on? And God had to tell me, well, I do that because of how you're made up. I'm doing all of this. I'm sorry I'm going spiritual, but I have to. God said, listen, a part of why I do you the way that I do you is because I know you better than you know you. That you just are experiencing you in your own being. But God has shown me that you have this little dysfunction right here that you got from childhood that actually gets in your way. So I do this way so that you can connect the way you say you want to. I was like, wait, what? He's like, see, in the beginning, you do this. So I make this happen so that when this happens, you're connecting the right way, not the way you think you want to. Because if it happens the way you want it to happen, at the time you want it to happen, it's not going to happen the way you say you want it. And so I'm like, wait, and I know this is a lot for some people to take into account, but I realized that a lot of why things happen the way that they do, and a lot of the reasons why God makes it play out that way, is because he's protecting me from me. That as ready as I think I am, as much as I can list off the things that I can do and the ways that I can be an asset to a man, I can list it off. There's a part of me that's not available for that I was not paying attention to. There's a part of me that won't allow it to happen or seek out partners. Because here's the thing, family. Listen to me. If you are seeking out toxic people, hear me clear. If you're seeking out toxic people, like I've talked to women, they tell me, oh, my last dude was toxic, and the next dude was toxic, and the dude before, they're all toxic. They toxic. Okay, so if they're all toxic, what about you resonates with toxic? Right? Because you can't entertain toxic. You can't keep dealing with toxic if a part of you ain't toxic. So you can't say that everybody around you is toxic, but you are not toxic. No, ma'am, you're not a victim. You're a participant. I'm not going to let you do that. So I can't say in my life, and if I look at the partners that I've chosen, it's like in more recent, more not like recent, but as an older adult. I'm not gonna do college. We're gonna do after college. I've chosen people that are not as emotionally available. They're not. And It's like, why do I do that? Well, I have to realize that a part of why I choose some people, or I am into people, or have continued to entertain people that don't have, they're not the most emotionally available people in the world, because there's a part of me that's not emotionally available too. I can't keep saying the dating market's full of emotionally unavailable men. No, I'm entertaining, I'm engaging, I'm communicating with men that that are not emotionally available. There are men that are emotionally available. I'm not choosing them. Why is that, Sam? Because there's a part of me that's not emotionally available either. That's a part of the process that we don't really talk about enough. Because I even have guys that come on here on our live tonight, and they'll be like, oh, all the women are this. Every woman's a cheater. You can't trust none of them. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, if you feel that every woman you have dealt with, you can't trust, then you probably can't be trusted either. Because why are you constantly choosing women you can't trust? If you're over here, you're saying, you know what, all the women, they're doing this and they're doing that, and they doing this, and they out here, and they're with everybody, and the man, every man got money, that's who they with. There, you now have to say, what about me is attracted to that particular type of personality? What about me is choosing that? Is a part of me non-committal? So I'm looking at women that are non-committal. If it's a part of me that are just looking for superficial, so I'm only finding women that are superficial, we have to start understanding a part of what we're choosing. A lot of men are overlooking genuine connections because superficially you connect with somebody on a superficial level. You met a woman that might have met your physical and superficial needs, but one is a little bit more, she's trying to get, one girl's trying to get too deep. Another girl's just staying fun time, good time, not a long time. You can't be mad at that because there's a part of you that wants to stay in superficial. Saying, y'all, I'm going deep, and I'm not done going deep. Let's keep going. We're gonna keep going. There was a part of my life, you guys, that I have to take it into account for, where I was dealing with some things that I just trauma that I was dealing with. And in me dealing with trauma, in me processing that, going to work, this, then, and third, I wanted an escape. I wanted an escape. I wanted to be free. I wanted to have fun. And the only way that I thought about having fun was with somebody. I didn't think about having fun by myself. I didn't think about having fun with my girls. I thought about having fun, like I just want to have fun with someone. So I chose a partner that was in a fun time of their life. They just having fun. They having fun. They not thinking deeper. They're not trying to get deeper. They just having fun. And so we met there. That was like my escape. I kind of let loose. It was really me escaping the reality of trauma, right? A hardship in my life that I just wasn't able to conceptualize the way I needed to. And so what ended up happening was, when I started to heal, when I started to get better, I understood that I chose that person from a broken place. That the only thing we had in common at that moment, and the reason why I chose the situation, was because it was a good time. And what I wanted at that time was a good time. And then we got into a relationship. And that was the only thing we really had in common, was being able to have a good time. On the other broader, bigger things, we did not relate. We couldn't have a conversation. But at the time of me not wanting to go deep, at the time of me not really wanting, like, there were so many other things that were going on and I just want to have a good time, I chose that. And so I think a lot of guys, in my opinion, they're choosing women that meet one need but don't meet another one. Like, oh, she bad, she's attractive, she meets the superficial look test. And I don't really want to go deep right now. So I'm going to connect with this spirit. I'm going to rock with her for a minute, not thinking that at some point you are going to be connected. Whether you like it or not, whether it becomes a relationship or not, you're connected. And now you spending time, energy with a woman you would never see yourself with outside of right now. This isn't a woman that you could raise your kids with. This isn't a woman that you could really trust with your whole lineage and building the empire with. No, you're wanting superficial, so you're entertaining superficial. So when you get superficial results, don't go on the internet getting mad at all women because they're this and they're that. No, you're superficial and you're entertaining superficial women. I'm tired of men, oh, women is this and that. We have to start taking accountability for the women y'all are women and men we are seeking out. I can't stand it when women come on the internet and say every man's a cheater. No, why are you dating men that cheat? And then you get mad. Oh, y'all, come on. I'm gonna get upset. Let me calm down. Women be like, oh, all men are cheaters. This, this, that, and the third. No, you staying with the dude that you know has been cheating, and you gonna sit here and talk about how all men are this and that and the third. No, you're staying and dealing with him. Why do you entertain a man that continues to cheat on you? Let's think about that. A lot of us, if we just take accountability, if we just sat down and just said to ourselves, what do we actually want? And what are we actually putting out here in the universe? And if we look first at what we're choosing, if we look first at what we are choosing, if we start to say to ourselves and have an honest talk with ourselves and saying, what am I choosing? What type of partner am I choosing? That is my first indication of what kind of quality what kind of person I'm putting out into the universe. I'm not talking about men. I'm saying women need to understand, and men need to understand this. If you are dealing with women that you always feel like are using you, you have to start saying to yourself, what am I entertaining? Why am I entertaining that spirit? What about me is attracted to women that use people? Is it because they're manipulative? Is it because they're pretty? Why am I choosing somebody based off of how they look? What about that? Does that make me feel like I'm more accomplished? Does that make me feel like I'm more worthy? Because I had to think about that, family. I had to think deeper about why am I choosing what I'm choosing? Why do I want this so bad? What does this say about what I want? Sometimes we are superseding ourselves, superseding what we internally desire. Because a lot of what we choose is a reflection of unmet needs. Charles Wilson says this, you're a chosen one, Samantha. Us chosen ones, we wait to receive another chosen one. Chosen ones, we are first person, me, myself, and I, individuals, we walk alone. So Charles is saying, listen, I'm a chosen one. Chosen ones wait to receive another chosen one. Chosen ones are first person, meaning that we walk alone. And, you know, Charles, it ain't the first time that I've heard that you can't just be with anybody. I want to say Nate said, speak on it. Thank you so much, Nate. Thank you, Charles, for the super chats. Thank you guys so much for your love and your support. Let's keep on going. Let's keep on going, y'all. Let's keep on rocking. So again, you guys, that's a myth that I feel like when we say all women this, all men that, not everybody's doing it. Not everybody is this or not everybody is that. It really comes down to what we desire. It really comes down to ultimately you having an honest conversation with yourself and really saying to yourself, what is it that you want most? And so I'm going to ask the people in the chat right now, everybody that's watching me right now, I want you to think for 1 second. I'm going to shut up. 1 second. I want you to think about what's the most important thing to you. I don't want you to lie. I don't want you to fluff it up. I want to hear what's the first thing you want from the person, your ideal partner. I don't care what it sounds like, y'all. Y'all don't have, it can be superficial if you want it to be. I want you guys to really think, what is the first thing that comes to mind? What are you looking for? Okay. Love that. So let me see what we have here, y'all. I've gotten some really good responses, and it's really not about me judging those responses. So I see respect. I'm seeing love and respect. People can go by internal programming, self-fulfilling prophecy, and mental tapes. Lanaya, I am going to go back to this comment. So, because this is such, so good. So good, sis. So good. My peace, love, peace, a woman's personality, you, my legacy, my seed, honesty, a true relationship with the Lord, someone who can cook a hot meal, loyalty, having traditional values, no cap on that. Respect and peace, loyalty. A lot of y'all are talking about loyalty, honesty, future, honesty, mental stimulation. John said pretty. Well, I'm glad you kept it real with us, John. So I want a Proverbs 31 woman. Love, respect, and compatibility. Someone said something real. I totally feel that. I totally understand that for sure. Articulation and beauty. That's very nicely said. Communication, accountability, love actually cures the soul. Escape. Sound actionable facts. I love y'all. I love these answers, y'all, spiritual levels. So it's looking like a lot of people authenticity. Okay. And I'll answer that question, Samir. Samir has a question for me, but before I get into that, I wanted to get into this and just kind of cap off what we are talking about. So one of the things I want to share with you guys before, I get into Samir's question, because Samir's asking me for advice. Somebody said a good mother. Some, not all, but most women just want your attention. That's what they want the most. Why women cheat on their partner. Women desire to be desired. And some women, desire it more than others. And desire it to be desired is not bad. However, if it drives that person's car, it's out of order. because naturally we were created to want to be desired. In Genesis, it says the curse on women was that her desire will be for her husband and he will rule over her. We don't have the same ideals about marriage or anything like that, but I look at that like her desire will be for men and men will rule over her. That's how I've taken it. But that's what I believe God said, listen, you are going to desire men and he's going to rule over you. Okay. So to me, I think that that's natural. However, when it's unchecked and it lacks discipline, it's out of order. All right. Now, do I think that we live in a society where discipline is popular and hot right now? No, we don't. We live in the antithesis of this thing. So to me personally, it's a no, but I think that there are women that are disciplined, excuse me, that won't allow this desire to rule them. That is the difference. And I see a lot of women that they may not be like spiritual relationship with God, but they don't allow that. They're not like overly doing anything on the internet. They're very quiet. They're private. They're this. They're that. So I think that that's a very good trait. That I think if just being real. If you go on for women that have lots and lots of lots and lots of followers, I'm going against myself even saying this. But if you have lots and lots of followers and it's like IG model status, and all they're doing is essentially they have a profile based upon how they look, and it's all about that, and they whatever they represent certain brands, or they're not, but they just have a huge following because of their appearance, and they take, that's what it is. That's somebody's profession is to be desired. That's how they make money. And so I think that you have to just be careful about what pool you swim in. Again, that's some women's desire is a little bit different than others, and you have to figure out what you can deal with and what you can't, right? But I do feel like there has to be a certain level of discipline in everything that we do. And I don't know if that's really popular. So I will go, if you're dating on the internet and you're on Instagram, I will go for smaller profiles, smaller platforms that aren't, that's not what they're going for. If you're looking for somebody more private. All right. So Lanaya says people can go by internal programming, self-fulfilling prophecy, and mental tapes subconsciously playing in their head. Lady, I will tell you this. I felt so stung when you said this, because I'm struggling with that myself. My own internal wiring, my own self-fulfilling prophecy, my own whatever's in my head is in my way. Whatever's in my head is in my way. God just had to take this season for me to see that. Like, Sam, you in your own way. Like, you want this, but you're in your way. You didn't know that. You thought I was just delaying. No. You are in your own way. And I think a lot of people, we just say like, if our self-fulfilling prophecy, we speak it over ourselves, we ain't ever going to find nobody. All women are like this. All men are like that. We are speaking that over our lives. That is all we are going to find. Or, to be honest with you guys, I've met people, they say, all women are doing this, that, and the third. Those are the women y'all are choosing, though. Like, you'll meet women that you feel like are more quality, that have more standards about themselves, and you'll pass over those women and go after the women that you only connect with on a superficial level. And you'll ignore or avoid the women that have more depth, that you could have a potential real connection with. So I think that a lot of times we end up playing into our own narrative because of the choices and the decisions that we've made mentally that are now being played out in our life in real time. If we change our mind, we'll change our life. If we change what we're thinking, we will change what we see. That's not to say that our society, that our dating world is not crazy. Now, I'm not saying even with mine, it's, there's not, I can definitely take accountability for my own stuff. Doesn't mean that it's an amazing, pool to swim in. Okay. It's a little more challenging, but I don't think it's impossible. I really, really don't. Samantha Samir here from Sweden. Ah, Sweden. What's up? I got a question. My girlfriend just turned cold to me and says has been faking and pretending she is good while on her cycle. I always had a good connection with her. Now, Samir, you're gonna have to explain what you mean by cold on you. Are you saying she don't want to sleep with you? Are you saying she being irritated with you? Is she on her cycle still? Because that could definitely play a role in that. She could be just spicy because of her time of the month. I need a little bit more context here. What exactly do you mean by cold on you? Is she not on her cycle and she's still being spicy? You have to give me context here. Right. So Tribal says this, which I think is an interesting dialogue. Women as a whole aren't usually aware that they create the men they attract. Meaning the mentality of the group creates a submission of men's idea of what that group think is. Women as a whole. You have to give me a little bit more than that, Tribal, because I'm not sure. I don't know women can create the men that they attract. Because I think that there's women that would love to create the men that they attract, but they ain't attracting the men that they want to create. That's what I'm saying. She's ignoring me. Okay, so back to y'all. So those are who watching the real play. I'm back to Samir's question. Question is this: she is ignoring me. She never did it before. One day I felt her different. Said, be honest, since we built our relationship honesty. She said, I had enough. I can't fake it anymore. Well, Samir, to me, here's what I would do. I don't have a whole lot of context. Did you do anything, or she's just growing cold on you? Is there something that happened? Did something happen? If it's nothing that happened, I have a response. Releasing pheromones attracts certain types to you. That's true. You didn't do anything. Well, Samir, here's the thing. Here's what I'll say. This is what I had to say. Here's what I have to say, Samir. Hear me very clear. There is a poem. Ooh, hold on. I thought I missed something. Okay. I'm gonna read it. Hold on, y'all. My internet's gonna be slow. Of course, my internet. All right, we're gonna try to. I'm gonna try to find it. Okay, I'm gonna find it on here. Hold on. I'm gonna find it on here. So you guys, I'm going to read this. I don't know if it's going to do screen share. But I'm going to do this. I'm going to read this right here. Okay. No, that's not what I wanted. Hold on. That's not what I wanted. Screen share. There you go. All right. So here we go. Okay. Just let them. If they want to choose something or someone over you, let them. If they want to go weeks without talking to you, let them. If they're okay with never seeing you, let them. If they're okay with always putting themselves first, let them. If they are showing you who they are and not what you perceive them to be, let them. If they want to follow the crowd, let them. If they want to judge or misunderstand you, let them. If they act like they can live without you, let them. If they want to walk out of your life and leave, hold the door open and let them. Let them lose you. You were never theirs because you were always your own. So let them. Let them show you who they really are, not tell you. Let them prove how worthy they are of your time. Let them make the necessary steps to be a part of your life. Let them earn your forgiveness. Let them call you to talk about ordinary things. Let them take you out on a Thursday. Let them talk about anything and everything just because it's you they are talking to. Let them have a safe place in you. Let them see the heart in you that didn't hurt them. Let them love you. I say all of this to say, family, if there's anybody that wants to leave you, that doesn't want to deal with you no more, that's giving you the cold shoulder, they ain't giving you the same energy, let them lose you. Let them lose you. If somebody is in your life and they are not allowing you, or they're not giving you, they're making you feel like you're a burden, or they're making it hard for you to talk to them, or you're feeling like you feel like you're being tolerated, like she getting tired of you, let them lose you. Let them. If she don't want to talk to you, let her not hear from you. If she don't want to deal with you, let her not hear like, do not force yourself on anybody, family. You don't have to. In my opinion, if she not that into you, pull back. Pull back. Pull back. I know she loves me so badly, but she comes with a package too. No, Samir. We're not doing this. I know she loves me so badly, but she don't want to talk to me. I want you to hear. I think you love her so badly. I think you love her so badly. I'm not saying she don't love you, but what I am saying here is that at this point, I would pull back. At this point, I will pull back. That doesn't mean you end the relationship. That don't mean you say forget you. That means I'm not going to force you or push myself on you. I'm going to pull back. Because sometimes you guys, and I talk to people about this all the time. Sometimes when somebody pulls back, we want to chase. Let them come to whatever conclusion that they're at. Don't feel like you gotta make it happen. Just pull back a little bit. Just pull back. Don't call her. Don't text her. Just kind of, if you got something to say, write it in your diary. But don't just if she wants space, let her have space. If she don't want to talk to you, don't let her talk. Don't talk to her. Don't try to make it better or try to perform an audition to make her okay with you. Pull back. Pull back. Don't the natural tendency is to like and sometimes people we're now feeding their egos by chasing them. No, let them lose you. That's how I look at it. Let them. I have one of my most viral clips I've ever done was a poem I wrote. I didn't even know there was a poem called "Let Them," but my poem was "Let Them Lose You." I actually want to memorize the poem because I really want to perform it in real life. Like I really want to like do a whole thing with it. I really do. I love that poem. That's like my favorite one that I've ever done. But it's "Let Them Lose You." Let people lose you. I think I might have it written down somewhere. Hold on. I think I got it somewhere. I'm sure I do. I wrote it down. I want to memorize it so bad because I love that. I love that daggone poem. Okay. Let them lose you. I'm going to say it on here. Let people lose you. Let them go along with the crowd. Let them believe what they want to believe. Let them think they are better off without you. Let them sleep on you because once they wake up, oh, and they going to wake up, they will realize the mistake they just made. And it will be just enough time for you to finally accept that they weren't the person for you, to accept that they weren't who you thought they were, to accept that you are truly better off without them, that you may have overlooked some things. And now you see that God is greater for you. That God saw things that you did not see. He heard conversations that you did not hear. And he had to remove them for you. And he had to remove them from you because he knows your loyal heart wouldn't have left, wouldn't have chosen to leave. So now he is able to propel you into purpose, to bless you in the ways he always intended, to introduce you to the person that you never knew you needed. But he couldn't do it if they were around. And so the last part I say in the poem is, so family, let them make the mistake. Let them lose you. So I will say this to you guys on the end of that. I got to perform. I got to memorize that and perform it. That's like my favorite one. I've done a lot of different poetry type of things on here, but that's like my favorite one. Let them lose you. Let people lose you. Let people lose you. And so in this particular situation, family, Samir specifically, as I'm speaking to you, I really would love for you to pull back. If someone is not appreciating your presence, then you got to make them feel your absence. Let's say, if you don't appreciate my presence, then you're going to have to appreciate my absence. And so that's where I'm at with it with you. That's what I would say. If she ain't appreciating your presence, if she's not appreciating your presence, make her appreciate your absence. Y'all know what time it is. Let them sleep on you. Because once they wake up, and when they wake up, they going to realize the mistake they just made. And it'll be just enough time for you. Y'all, that's my song, man. I need to rap on a record with that one. That's like my favorite one. Like that brings tears in my eyes. I love that word. Let people lose you. Let them lose you. Let them go along with the crowd. Let them believe what they want to believe. Y'all, I might have to do that again. I love that one. I love that one. But I want to encourage you, sir, that I feel like you are a solid dude. I feel like you, it's exactly, sometimes I feel so bad due to my obsession with her. Like I know my thoughts, faults. I know no chasing ever. It's really not about chasing. Cause I don't think it's bad to chase. I just think that when somebody is showing you that they don't want you or they don't want your energy, giving them more doesn't solve the problem. I'm going to say that again. When someone is showing you that they don't want to hear from you, that you're annoying them, that you're bothering them with your presence, giving them more of your presence is not going to solve the problem. Giving them less of your presence, allowing them some space to miss you. Because now you have to start understanding, what about her? What about what's going on with her has you obsessed with her? Why are you saying that you obsessed with your girlfriend? What insecurities are causing you to chase and pursue and convince her to want you? Now you've got to really think about what you're actually doing, because there's a part of you that is trying to make something fit that may not fit. Chris Barnes said the loneliest place is to be somewhere you're not wanted. Ooh, y'all. Ooh, that's real. You in a relationship and somebody don't want you. Absolutely not. No. The loneliest place is to be somewhere you are not wanted. You have, I think that you have to really, at times, family, I think the idea is, the push and pull. So she's pulling and she's accustomed to you chasing. Switch the game up. Switch it up. Switch it up on them. Like, okay, so you doing this. All right, well, I'm going to do that. Play chess, not checkers. Do not allow your emotions to have you out here trying to make somebody like you or make somebody see you. They don't see you. Sometimes people see you better when you disappear. Samir, to be honest with you, I actually would think I need to unpack some trauma with you, because it seemed like the way that you're trying to be her hero, like you're trying to save her, I feel like there's trauma that needs to be unpacked with you as well. I don't have her to unpack her trauma with her, but I do have you. And what I'm seeing from you is that you're trying very hard to make somebody love you and see your value that is pushing you away. So for me, it's what about you? We've got to talk about you. People want to talk to me about, oh, my girl's doing this, my girl's doing that. She's not in my face. She's not the person I'm coaching. I'm coaching you. We can only work with who's in front of me, because I don't have her to work with. So what aspect, who is showing up in that relationship? And why is he showing up that way? Is there something you're trying to say? Why do you want to save her? Why? You can't save her. Only God can save. So I think in this situation, you've got to do some self-work and really think about yourself, saying, instead of saying, what's your opinion on her having big mental trauma? No, I'm not dealing with her. I'm dealing with you. What about you is chasing a woman that don't want you to chase her? Let's talk about that. Yeah. Yeah. All right, family. Well, y'all, we have been on for about an hour and 30. So I'm gonna go ahead, you guys, and I think I've said, Samir, like I said, for everybody that's on here, I am doing more. I am taking coaching clients for the I'm taking coaching clients in August. Okay. I'm only taking appointments up until next Friday. So please, 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 please go ahead. The only way that you lock down the appointments when you schedule it. So Samir, if you decide you want to work with me one-on-one and we can go further with this, please go ahead and reach out to me. Rob hit up the super chat and he said, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the most beautiful and smartest lady on YouTube at family. Keep up the good work and preparing your soldiers for battle at Captain General Lee. Look at that. I love that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Please don't do that. Y'all have a great night. And again, you guys, Samir, you have to go to my social media page on Instagram. You'll be able to go to the link in the bio. It will also be Pam, can we send him a link? Can you send him a link? But yes, we'll be sure, Samir, to get you the link. Otherwise than that, you guys, I appreciate every single one of you guys. Thank you for all the love tonight. Charles, Nate, Rodney, Hustle, Antoine. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for those who hit the Cash App, supported me tonight. Appreciate you guys always. And again, I will see you guys next week at a new time as same time as tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I love y'all, and I will see you guys soon. Good night.